I hope you guys are having a nice day. Car Care Hacks here, and today we're going to learn about the symptoms of a bad starter motor. The starter motor is responsible for turning the engine over during ignition and allowing everything else to happen. When you turn the ignition key, the vehicle's computer sends an electrical signal to the starter motor, and that is how the engine is started. The first symptom of a bad starter motor is the engine not turning over. If your engine won't turn over, it could be because of a bad starter motor. The starter motor is responsible for turning the engine over when you turn the key in the ignition. If it's not working properly, the engine won't start. The second symptom of a bad starter motor is slow cranking. A bad starter motor is one of the most common reasons for a vehicle slow cranking. The starter motor is responsible for supplying the initial power to the engine to start the vehicle. If the starter motor is damaged, it can cause the engine to receive less power and crank slowly. In some cases, a bad starter can also cause the engine to not start at all. The third symptom of a bad starter motor is a grinding noise when cranking. If your car makes a grinding noise when you turn the key, it's likely due to a problem with the starter motor. The starter motor is responsible for turning over the engine, and it does this by engaging the flywheel. If the starter is damaged, it can cause the flywheel to bind, which will result in a grinding noise. Before we continue, if you like the content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. The fourth symptom of a bad starter motor is a whining noise coming from the starter. If you turn the key in your ignition and you hear a faint whining noise, it's likely that your starter is beginning to fail. A burnout starter motor will display both whirling noise and grinding noise. These noises are caused by the starter motor struggling to turn the engine over. Symptom number 5. Intermittent issues starting the vehicle. Intermittent issues starting the vehicle are often caused by a bad starter. The starter is responsible for providing the initial burst of power to the engine in order to get it started. Without a functioning starter, the engine will not be able to start. Symptom number 6. The starter stays on after starting the engine. If your starter stays on after you've started your engine, there are possible explanations. It could be that the starter solenoid is ticking, meaning that it's not disconnecting the starter from the battery once the engine is running. Symptom number 7. Smoke coming from the starter. If you see smoke coming from the starter motor, it is definitely a sign that something is wrong. It could be a faulty starter motor or a short circuit. Symptom number 8. The starter engages but the engine won't start. When the starter motor is bad, it might sound like it's trying to turn on the vehicle, but in reality, the starter motor is too damaged to do anything.